3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
It's the first time we're debuting the 89 Awards.
All right, now for this award, this was pretty cool. We have the Old Head Award. Yes, that's what I said, the Old Head Award.
Nobody else has that.
No one has that, but here's the thing though. The guy who has been doing it and doing it well, he left Minnesota, left his home state, his home team, and he came down here in Carolina. And so I got to use this phrase. See, he's the old head. So I talked to a lot of old heads. I said, man, when you think of Adam Thielen, what do you think of? And several old heads said, Adam Thielen, we call him Adam Stealing. Because he's stealing checks and routes and passes from all the young guys. Adam Thielen, the old head, done a remarkable job, got injured, came back at the right time because he also had a different Bryce Young. So for me, old head of the year has to be Adam, a.k.a. Stealing Thielen.
I love that. And Steve, you could almost look at it in terms of the adverse to it. When he missed that stretch of games, remember, he only played 10 games, and you mentioned he came back and played with a different Bryce Young. I'm curious what Adam Thielen did for Bryce Young. And so what ends up happening is Bryce Young has this better half second of the year, and you see Adam Thielen kind of carry this entire wide receiver group. You see Adam Thielen really be the guy, the undrafted guy, 11 years in the league, and he goes for Panthers leading 615 yards. He has 5 touchdowns. They thought all these other things were going to happen with the way they wanted this offense to work. Deontay Johnson started out hot, then he regressed, and he ends up playing for 92 teams. Xavier Legette doesn't develop in his rookie season. Then Jalen Coker kind of emerged a little bit as another rookie, but then he gets hurt, and the tight ends didn't really contribute. Running game didn't contribute. They relied on David Moore. That didn't really work. And there it is. Adam Thielen ends up being the guy that carries this passing offense and is a big part of what happens to Bryce Young in the second half of his sophomore season, the resurgence in a way. So I'm also going to give, Steve, kudos to Adam Thielen, not only for carrying this passing game as a 34-year-old wide receiver and still making plays and still running great routes and still finding ways to catch everything, 2 drops on the season. He not only helps the future of Bryce Young, because you can tell Bryce trusts him, but he also helps a couple of young receivers in the room for helping this entire organization hopefully move forward in year 2 for Dave Canales. I think Adam Thielen did just as much on the field and off the field to help this organization into the next year, and we'll see what Thielen can do moving forward because he's still stealing, but guess what? I love that Adam Thielen was a focal point of the Panthers offense and well deserving of this award.
The thing with Adam Thielen that you love is you can see, one, first of all, he's a great guy, but also you can see, everybody leads differently, but Adam Thielen was able to lead by example, the way he practiced. With all of the things that were going on in the last couple of years, Adam Thielen became steady Eddie. He was a guy that publicly and privately, he never really shared his thoughts out loud. There's many times where I saw him here in Charlotte at times, and he'd be like, man, we just got to keep going. And knowing, man, is like, it's not going well, but we got to keep going, which is complaining is not going to change anything. What's going to make it better is by everyone locking in and doing their job. And I love the way he was able to keep those guys focused. And you can say it wasn't him, it was this person. He was part of all the other guys who were trying to keep themselves engaged, keep themselves active, and stay positive when bad circumstances were going on all around them. And that in itself is why you have veterans, the right veterans, that are on the team to lead these young men to show them how to be professional athletes.
I love that. The one thing, I think the biggest compliment you can give a guy, Steve, is if you just say, dude is an absolute pro. And I think Adam Thielen's that in every way.